Hey folks, this is Mike with Sentry Security Systems Incorporated, and in today's video I wanted to take a look at the process of adding a Geovision camera to the mAxia NVRs. There's a couple of reasons why you'd want to do this. One is the Geovision camera does cover a broader range of camera types and higher levels of megapixels than the mAxia line does. So if we don't have what you're looking for in the mAxia line, we'll certainly have it in the Geovision. The other reason for doing this is for audio recording. The Geovision cameras do have a little bit more features in that area, and they're a little bit easier to connect, especially with external microphones, than the mAxia cameras, so you get some advantages there. Now the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to need to know the IP address of the Geovision camera. By default, the Geovision cameras are going to be on 192.168.0.10, but that's not always going to work for your network, and it can be difficult to change if your IP range is not already on that. So in order to find that out, if you go to the Geovision website, which is just www.geovision.com.tw, we're going to go to Downloads and Software, and then in the drop-down box, if we select the Geovision, you can really select any of these. We'll select the DVR NVR. And the second option down is the IP device utility. So we'll click on download and we'll fill in the code here. And I'm going to save that right onto my desktop. Okay, so that's downloaded. So next step is going to be to extract that. Now that we have that extracted, we can run the install utility. So we'll just click on yes, next. Alright, there we are. So now it's put the icon on the desktop for us. So we'll go ahead and double click that. And this is the Geovision IP device utility. This is going to give you a list of all of the Geovision cameras installed on your local area network. So we'll just give it a moment here to search for the network. There we go. So we can see it's found a couple of cameras. We've got the Geovision camera. Now this one here is already set for our network. So you can see the IP address is 192.168.2.250. Okay, if we wanted to change that address, what we would do is double click on the camera. We'd enter the default password, which is admin, and then we can just change the IP address right here. 250 seems like a nice number, so we're going to leave that the way that it is. So I'll just cancel back out of here. So now that I have that information, that's really all I need the IP device utility for. Now we're going to open our mAxia software. So we'll double click the icon on the desktop. I'm getting a prompt here for user access control. You're not going to get that on your NVR. It's just because I'm using a test machine for these videos. Okay, once our mAxia software is loaded up, we're going to go to Menu, Add Delete IP Cameras, and then down here in the lower left hand corner is Add Camera. So we're going to enter a name for the camera, so we'll call this one Outdoor. We'll enter an IP address, so 2.250 is what we had used. We'll enter the password, which is just admin on the Geovision cameras, and then up here on the right hand side, IP device type, we're going to change that. If we scroll down, we will find ONVIF. So we'll select the ONVIF protocol, and then now we're going to press OK. So now it's going to try and connect to the camera, so we'll just give it a second here. There we go. So the key piece of information that we're going to see here, we've got the camera, it's connected, but under registered we're seeing the word no. We need that to say yes. If it's not registered, then that means that you will not be able to record and you'll not be able to view it remotely. So it would be only for live view at that point. Okay, so I'm going to save my changes here And we'll exit out of the software. Okay, so if you're getting the prompt that it's not registered, the reason for that is because you're using a third-party camera. So the Axia software is free to use with Axia cameras. If you're using a third-party camera such as Geovision, you do have to have a license file. Okay, when you purchase the Geovision camera from us, we will include the license file for you. And it'll be in this format here, this dvs pass.dat. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to right click on that and copy it. So we'll leave an installation on our desktop. And if we go into our PC, so we'll go to our Windows drive, program files x86, hybrid NDVR, and we're going to paste the file into there. Okay, so you should get this right here. If it doesn't ask you to replace the file, then you're not copying it into the right place. Okay, so that means this is an indicator that you've got the right spot. We're going to overwrite the existing file. Okay, so once that's done, we're going to go back into the Axia software. And we're going to go back into add delete cameras. We'll give it a sec here to finish connecting. There we go. So now we can see it's connected and registered. Okay, so what we're seeing right now is the black box. That's obviously not what we want. So if we go into the add delete cameras, there's a step you need to do here once it's connected. So you go to modify camera, and for the stream type, we'll select first stream. Click OK. It's going to connect again now. Connected OK, save. And now we've got our video stream. So that's exactly what we want to see. Alright guys, the next thing I'd like to take a look at is the motion detection setup. As you can see right now, we've got all kinds of motion in the backyard. Unfortunately, we're not seeing an icon up here in the upper right hand corner telling us that it's detecting motion. The process for doing this is a little bit different than with the standard Axia cameras. So we're going to right click on the display, go to Video Intelligent Analysis and Video Analysis Setup. From here we're going to select Motion Detection. And the first thing that we want to do is draw a detection zone. If you wanted the entire screen to be part of the motion, you would go full screen. But I'm not worried about the retirement home up in the upper left-hand corner or the bushes in the upper right-hand corner. That's just going to cause my system to record constantly. So I'm going to go to Draw Detection Zone. I'm going to pick the area that I would like. And then hit Apply. Okay, so as you can see, it's flashing green in the areas where it's detecting motion. It looks pretty good there. I might actually make it a little bit more sensitive. So with the sensitivity, the lower the number, the more sensitive it is. So I'm going to try actually going to about 21. We'll hit Apply there. And that looks a little bit better now. So I'm going to hit Apply, Save, and Exit. And as you can see now in our live view, we've got this indicator up here telling us that it's detecting motion, as it should be because we've got motion in our yard. When my yard is cleared out, even with these trees blowing in the wind, cars driving around at the retirement home, it's not going to cause my system to record all the time. So that covers the basic setup for a Geovision camera on an Axia NVR. There's not a lot to it. It does give you a lot of increased benefits. Please contact your account representative if you'd like to set up a trial for a Geovision camera. Thank you.